Hey, Hoarder, how's it going? Just getting ready to get started here. Maybe need that. Maybe need that. This guy's still clean. Hasn't really been on the shelf that long. This one just got built. Kind of going out of order. Oh, nice. I can imagine. My daughter needs a new shelf in her room. We have a bookshelf like these in her room, and it is completely filled with little Lego Friends sets and other sets from like Dollar Tree and Five Below. They're little sets, but they take up a lot of space. And then we also got from Dollar Tree, we got those little spice rack shelf things that you can buy. And I put those on there so that you could stagger the sets and see them better. But she's already overflowed into the living room in front of the TV on a table. So I need to get her another shelf and clean her room and get rid of it. But she's got a Barbie dream house that she doesn't even play with. It's about freaking 5 feet tall and 5 feet wide, just sitting there in the corner, and that's a perfect spot for the new shelf. So we'll see what happens. But I thought I'd get on here and just chat for a while. And I've been meaning to dust some of these sets. They're not really that bad. Since I'm in a garage, the bottom shelves, which I don't have a lot of stuff on, are the dirtiest shelves. But at the same time, I need to give these things a pass over with the makeup brush and maybe the little vacuum. I know. Well, I mean, she built Gabby's dollhouse or Gabby's dollhouse house. I don't remember how much that one was, but I remember it was pricey. I think she got it for her birthday, and she built it, put it on her dresser next to her TV, and hasn't looked at it since. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, what are we gonna do with that? And then she's got a 1,000 piece Friends set that we bought her on clearance that she keeps wanting to build, but she's got nowhere to put it. And that one set is two tree houses and some side builds, so that's gonna take up a shelf of its own. But yeah, I mean, I figured I'd take these things down one at a time, kind of give them a dusting, and then I'm not gonna use this. This is a little too big. That was just for the thumbnail. But chat while I'm doing it. I got some road plates and I used the rest of my 2x2 tiles to kind of mock up what they would look like if I put them together. So here's two road plates and I put some little drains on the sidewalk and some jumper plates just to see what it's going to look like when I'm finally able to order more tiles and start putting a city together. But yeah. And these guys are from a different shelf, so they need to go back because we're not there yet. But they're already pre-dusted, so where did I even have this one? I think he lost his space. He'll have to be here with the space. But yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go shelf by shelf, bring down sets, and just dust them off while we chat. I've seen people use that. And I've used it in. I have a detailing business. I've used it in detailing as well, but um, I don't know. I haven't. The stuff that I bought, it didn't work really well. I think it's probably just because it was cheap. And I remember I even bought some that was the exact same thing, and it was used for cleaning record albums. And you're supposed to put it along the record to get all the dirt and dust out of the grooves. But yeah, I didn't have too much luck with that. But yeah, I have seen that, and it seems to work really well. Yeah, I don't know, and that's what's funny because a while back I bought, was it 500 of each? I bought a bag of 1x2 tiles in light blue, bluish gray, and then I bought to make sidewalks. I bought 2x2 tiles of light bluish gray, but I got them from AliExpress. And until this day, I still really haven't used my dark gray tiles. So because all of the sidewalks that I'm building on my modular, it's weird because Lego will use dark gray for their sidewalks and light gray for the trim, but then Lumerbricks uses light gray for the sidewalks and dark gray for the trim. And I really don't feel like changing all of that when I build my cities. So, hello, Brick Nexus, welcome. But yeah, let me go grab the two little sets off the top and I'll start dusting with those. These guys aren't too dusty, but they have been up there for a while, so they could use a good passing. And that's why I want to try to get them while they're still not so dirty, so it's not hard to clean. Oh, nice. I'm going to keep that in mind. Especially with all of the tiny sets my daughter has, because when we get that other shelf in for her, um, we're definitely going to have to dust those sets because they're so tiny and they've been there for so long. Oh yeah, look at Sam's arms and his legs are really, really dusty here. And then once I dust the sets, before I put them back, I'll give the shelf itself a wipe down. Yeah. And it's crazy. When I bought I'll be bringing it out here in a second, but when I bought the Lepin uh, assembly square from that one couple, it was like really, really dusty because they had it in storage for like 5 years. And it was all just broken up. Not that one, but the bottom floor was all crumbling like where the bakery is. So I took the tops off, the two second and third levels off because they were still complete, and I cleaned them really well. But I had bought this at Five Below, so I used it as an opportunity to review this, and this was early on in my channel, and I was surprised for being only $10 and not 100 how well it actually worked. The only difference was this bristle brush right here was a little more tough than I would have liked it to be, but that's why you can use a baby toothbrush instead and then just use the vacuum to follow along with the same way you would as if you were detailing a car. All right, so that's those two sets. Let me grab one more. And this one I'm really afraid to dust because it's micro bricks. Oy. And then we've got old Luxo Jr. here. So we'll we'll see what we can do with these. Oh yeah, for sure. A case would be great. When I started building, I had no idea I was going to be doing what I'm doing now. So I bought a couple of cases for some of the houses, and building a city with limited space, I don't think I'm really going to have anywhere to put a residential area just yet. So the houses I have are like the Home Alone house, the Christmas Story house, the Griswold house. They're all in a case. The only one that's not is the Up house. But I don't know. I'm not going to keep buying cases because they were getting expensive, and I was just buying cases from Hobby Lobby. I wasn't going out and buying like crazy stuff. So I have never gotten this thing to sit properly on. Maybe that's why. Why is one brick up and one brick down? I bet you I built that wrong a long, long time ago. No, that's not wrong. Is it supposed to snap in? Because mine never snapped in. Not to the base anyway. It'll snap into the lamp, but not the base. Wonder if these batteries are still good. Yeah. Sorry, Luxo. All right. Put this back on here. See, that'll stay like that. But then it really doesn't stay. It just kind of sits kind of crooked, but it works, I guess. All right, what's next? Oh God, that's a big one. Gotta do it, right? All right, guys, you're gonna have to move over. The big boy's coming. My very first large Lumabrick build, or fun hole build. Oy, oy, oy. Okay. Now this one I can tell has tons of dust on it. So this one's gonna take a bit. Put this piece back on that fell off. Put that off in a minute. First, let me get all the side stuff off of it. Minifigures, little Lego set. Oh, thank you, Breeze. I appreciate that. But don't be jelly. This took a lot of patience, and yes, a lot of money. but it came a little bit at a time. Nice. The only thing I don't like is that this Steampunk Trading Center has a lot of open area. And the open area lets dust into the inside. But can't do much about that. But I will do what I can to try and keep them as clean as I can for now. Start with this first building. I don't want the dust to stick to the plastic the way it was in the assembly square that I got online. This has a whole open side, so I don't even know how this is going to work. I'm already knocking pieces off. One tile doesn't stay on because of the bricks that I used to build the Mills plate. Maybe I can add an extra stud. Yeah, it's a little better. Yep, and just this stuff up here, if I move the table, maybe that's going to make it easier. I feel like there's a piece missing right there. I should have done this a lot sooner than I'm doing it now. There's definitely a piece missing there. I wonder what happened. Thanks, Brick Nexus. I appreciate that. Yeah, share the video, guys, if you like. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Although I'm sure majority of you have. I couldn't believe the look of this set when I first built it. It's just gorgeous. You know, I started thinking, other than the sets I really, really like, I may start, like, when I build one, I may disassemble it after I build it, box it up, and then resell it. Because I'm not going to have room in this 2-car garage. But if I really like the set, it's not going anywhere. I'll tell you that right now. Yeah, the only reason I'm dusting them is because I don't want them to end up getting too dusty to where I can't dust them later. And like I said, the assembly square that I had, if you guys go back and look at that video, when I first got it, it had 5 years worth of dust and grime sitting on it, um, from being in storage for like 5 years. 5 years. So I don't want these sets to get like that. All right, that's about as good as this one's gonna get, I think. Reached in as far as I can. I do have it on a big Mills plate, but like I said, it's not even because the plates I used for the side of one were like regular thicker plates, and the other ones were part of a regular base plate, so it's thinner. Knowing what I know now after the past year, I'm not so afraid to handle these things because I was at a point where I was like putting them up on the shelf and like trying not to breathe next to them. But I have a feeling that if I went in now, I could probably take pieces apart and put it back together again. And I could even, like, I haven't removed these removable tops since I built this thing because I don't want to mess up the connection or I don't want to, you know. So I think now I could probably, I'm not that as afraid to do that. I really hate where this box is located. Nice. All right, let me get these little side builds. I've got the little police chase guy here, the one that robs the ATM, little ATM, and I put it just here in the little, what do you call it, plaza, just kind of sitting there because I don't have anywhere to put him and I don't have a city yet. It's a hot rod, steampunk hot rod car. I even have like batteries in him. Oh yeah, I did put batteries in him. Cool. All right, put the car back. This is the Fun Hole Steampunk Trading Center. Long since retired. One of the very first large builds I did from them after I did my initial build of the hot dog or chili dog trailer. I just thought this was so beautiful. This is the only set I had. Well, I had two sets, but this is the only set I had that gave me trouble with the lighting because the connector fell off as I was building it, the very first couple of bags. So I had to wait quite a while to finish it. But Funhole being what they are, the customer service is excellent, so they sent me a new light and I was able to continue the video. Matter of fact, I had to stop building this and then built the AliExpress Home Alone house. I forgot to put this piece back on. Dang it. Come back. Go right there. There you go. Get back on there. Play nice. All right. That's one big one down. What do I have next? Well, I guess I could dust my deal here. I have this piece of packaging that I saved because it was the first free set sent to me under the name Brick by Brick with Mighty Joe, so it means something to me. All right, and my daughter brought home this little Minecraft figure from school. So some kid is missing their figure at school. She says they gave it to her, but she's 6, so I don't know. All right. You know, Alexandria, I feel the exact same way about my JM Bricklayer jellyfish. If that thing ever falls and breaks for whatever reason, as beautiful as it is, I'm not messing with it. It's going right in the trash. Because the design, unfortunately, was trash to begin with. And when it finally decides it's going to break, that's when I'm going to get rid of it. Breeze builds, which one are you going to build? She shines once again. This one had been getting pretty dusty as well. Oh yeah, the newsstand. I'm not gonna lie. I need to pick that one up. And I should have picked it up a long time ago, but I just never did. And then I couldn't find it, and now I see it's back on the website, so I definitely need to pick it up. Oh, I broke her hand. I must have broken that a long time ago because she's not holding her case anymore. It's not like I don't have a whole bunch of Lumberbricks figures hands. Lumberbricks are fairly inexpensive. Like, for example, if I remember correctly, and I'm old, so I probably don't, this graffiti bus stop was probably under $40, maybe. Maybe. And then they used to always have sales that would come out. And when their new sets would come out, the new sets would come out with sales. Like, it would just drop, and they would be selling it for like 30% off. And you're like, well, how the hell do you make money? But now, they do them every once in a while. The sales are still there. Yeah, that's what I do, Hoarder. You got to follow those light instructions to the T. And then once you get comfortable with them, you're going to notice that they're going to tell you to do it one way. And you're going to be like, yeah, but you know what? It would work better if I go this way. That happened with me in Izakaya. It said to go a certain way with the lights. And I had them all strung perfectly. But there wasn't enough slack. So I turned a piece around and I left off one of those clips and it was perfect. And it's underneath the base, so you couldn't see it anyway. So. How much was it? $28 on sale? Yeah, it's about 35 under $40, yeah. And see, when I first discovered, I've said this story a million times, so sorry if you've heard it. But when I first discovered Funhole, it was an advertisement for the Balcony Theater, and I thought, wow, that looks amazing. I would love to have a theater. That's just so cool. And keep in mind, at that time, I had only built like the Lego Central Perk, the apartments, Christmas Story House, and the Griswold House. Building the Christmas Story House is what got me into wanting to build modulars. I was like, man, how cool to take all of this. And you're like, click, click, click. What am I building? Click, click, click. Oh my God, it's a wall with a picture and a window. And then you snap it on. I was hooked after that. But I didn't think I had money to buy those big sets. So that's when I decided I was just going to buy the Chili Dog trailer so that I can at least say I bought a Funhole set. Boy, when income tax came that year, I bought about 8 sets. So since then, I've been little by little adding. Some of them I've been winning from Loomer Bricks, or they sent me as like to review. So that's cool. Yeah, the boxing club and the street bus are the only two Street Fusion sets I don't own now, and they're moving too quick for me. I can't afford to keep up. All right. All right, now you guys might not see me because I got to get a big one off the shelf. Thanks, Big Nexus. Take care. Now this 1x6 fell one day when I was moving this set, and I have no idea where it came from, and I can't find where it would go. It doesn't seem too consequential, so I haven't messed with it. Now this one's going to be interesting because I'm going to start at the top. And I'm not going to get the vacuum because that's going to be loud. And it's charging in the other room. And I still feel like the little tip they give you is too wide for some of these spots. Let's see. These sides are easy. These are just the flat sides. I can believe that, especially with the Sanctum. I really like this set though. Let me get all these minifigures off of here. Woo, Chihuahua. Her legs. Guess I could leave that Chihuahua there. This one, like I said, when I bought it, it was so severely dusty that I had to take the two top levels down, and then all I did was I rebuilt the bottom floor. I totally dismantled the bottom floor and started from the ground up so I could put it on a Mills plate, and came out pretty good, and it cleaned up pretty well. I was able to fix this bakery door because it didn't look very good the way it was built. It was kind of like just haphazardly there from after being sat in a storage unit for 5 years. So it was pretty nice to be able to start from the bottom down, but I'm glad I didn't have to do the entire build. And I got this set for, I think I bought so many sets from this couple that they were liquidating because they wanted to make room, that I don't remember all the prices, but I want to say that I paid $30 for this. and it was the downtown diner that they sold me for 20. And then I think for the Panelos Sanctum Sanctorum, I paid 30 as well. So that's a hell of a deal. Oh, thank you, Alex. Have a good day. I appreciate you very much. All right. And then I noticed that these knockoff minifigures, they're supposed to have those really bad, what do you call it? Really plain faces. But when I was doing the review, I saw that some of them had been replaced. They were supposed to all have that simple Lego smile. Some of them had been replaced. Like this guy, he's got a beard and he looks a little more rugged. So I appreciate that. Probably something I would have done too, because the faces are just so creepy. But yeah, the details in these sets is just, I love it. Now, I do love a Lego modular, don't get me wrong. And they do have some pretty nice details in some of them. But when you compare that to the Lumabricks, man, and then the price point for Lumabricks, chef's kiss. I spent $80, yeah. But Jaden, you don't understand. To pick up this set, an actual Lego set, even not new in box, you're looking at what, a good $500 maybe? I don't know what the exact price is, but it's redonkulous. Really. Jaden, that's why you got to save up like $20, $30 here or there, and get yourself a little set so that you can see what they're like. Because that's essentially what I did, and I got that one set, and that started me on this whole journey. You're gonna have a rundown city. Yep, it really is. This lady can stand right here. We're gonna have this guy. This ballerina. This lady doesn't have a stud to stand on, so she's just gonna chill out in the back. Oh, what about this chihuahua? Dennis was over here. There we go. And this guy can be walking there. Yeah, I want to be able to eventually run my sets all USB so that they can all turn on at the same time, and probably run the wires through the Mills plates the way Mateus from Minim Stories does his when he was doing his little city mock-up. That way you could just like have a connector sticking out of this side, and you can put it up against the thing and connect it to the other connector, and they can all just run in sequence. All right, that's actually almost all from the first shelf, except for my little RVs. But my RVs are in a case. I'll show you those. Then I can, I'll be off camera, but I can wipe down the shelves with a wet rag and then put everything back and start with the second shelf, which has mostly big things on it too, so not too bad. So here is a case that I bought at Hobby Lobby, and I've got the Lego Holiday Camper in it, and the little Five Below green camper in it. All right, let's see. Let's kind of wipe the dust off of this guy, and you can see right here, just on this top, I wet this paper towel with a little bit of like glass cleaner, and look, that's how bad it is. And you don't see that because it doesn't look like it really sets on the bricks, which is good. But eventually I won't need these cases because everything will be in a city format, and I'm gonna have these in like a little park. But at the same time, I'm also gonna invest in an air purifier so that I don't end up having this problem with everything, you know. Oh my God, yeah, pretty much. Actually, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So close. 10 shelves left to go. The only thing on the very bottom shelf of this shelf is my wife's backlog. And I don't know, I should probably wipe that down too, just to be thorough, but let me get this rag wet with some water, and I'll wipe these down, put these back, and we can start on the second shelf. We got a step stool to get up on so I can at least see what I'm dusting on the top shelf. It's not too bad. All right. Second shelf. Third shelf. And the fourth shelf. All right. Okay. So now we'll just put everybody back. Our little campers will go back. It's funny, I didn't realize I had so many campers. I've got this camper, then I got this camper. Why does it look dusty inside? And then I've got the camper from Lumerbricks, which is like bigger than this case. And then I've got the Flying Winnebago from Spaceballs. So that's a lot of campers. I think that's all of them. All right, so let's put this one back now that it's crystal clear again. And I just knocked down the family inside, but I don't care. Those things are always falling. All right, next we got to put away assembly square. And I think if you buy this new on AliExpress, it's like $100 and something as opposed to like $5. All right, graffiti bus stop. Seriously? Damn dog bone. There we go. All right. Coming up next, big boy. Whoa, I heard that crack. Right. We're going to put Luxo Jr. back. Little Japanese blossom tree. Stuff. I don't even remember where this one was. Oh, it's right here. Okay. And then finally, our buildable Marvel figures. And that's one shelf down, folks. All right. This piece, since we don't even know where it came from, is going to go back into inventory. All right, so all right, thank you, Breeze. I appreciate you stopping by. Get some of this dust off. And we will start with shelf number 2, which doesn't have too much on top. The top shelves are pretty much stuff that I really don't have anywhere to put because I don't have enough shelves yet. But they're coming. Slowly but surely. We've got our Brickcraft Moon Man. And we've got Stuart Gilligan Griffin. All right. This guy. He's been there for a while. He's like one of the first ones that I reviewed back when the channel started. And this black logo just takes so much dust. The M from the MTV. I want my MTV. All right, that should be good for him. Stewie. Stewie comes off the bike. Stop it, you're tickling me, fat man. Lay him down. Get the trike all dusted off. Reached out to Brickcraft a long time ago to see if they'll sponsor me, but they never answered. And now I see people making videos and they're like, oh, Brickcraft has sent me the new whatever. And I'm like, well, thanks a lot, Brickcraft. I'm done with you. I mean, I'm still going to build your shit, but I'm done with you. All right. Stewie's done. All right, what's next? What's next? All right, now comes a doozy, but first we'll do this small piece. This small piece is actually part of the graffiti bus stop, and it's a little flea market that attaches to the bus stop that you can put on either side, and it pins to it with Technic pins, but since it doesn't fit on the shelf, I have it separated and on a different shelf. Yeah, no, That's why, I mean, first of all, we already know how expensive Lego is, and I'm not selling my soul to them. Loomerbricks, the one thing that Funhold told me at the very beginning was they like my honesty and they like what I say about the products. And I said, look, I'm gonna just tell you the truth. If it's a good product, I'll let you know. If it's a great product, I'll let you know. If it's a bad product, I'll let you know. And they've been so gracious because they look at it as an opportunity to improve on their products. And I think that is freaking stellar, man. That is amazing. A company like Loomerbricks that wants to hear from their customers, that's great. Now, I will admit that back in the day, it was like, I will not say that I was the very first KOC member because I know I wasn't. But when I asked them if they would sponsor me or how can I go about being an affiliate back in early January or late January of 2025, they told me they were creating the KOC program. They'll let me know when it's completed and once they get it figured out, and asked if I would want to be a part of it. And I said yes. So that's what started this whole journey. And now, and you know, you felt kind of special because they'd be like, hey, what do you think of this product? And they'd shoot you an email and they'd send you pictures. And you're like, oh, I like that, but I would change this. And okay, great. Thanks for your input. And then maybe two other people, they'd send them an email. Hey, what do you think about this product? What about the colors? What about this? What about that? Oh, yeah. But now I think there's so many KOCs that they just send out a blanket thing. What do y'all think? And I'm like, this. I still do my part because I want to help the brand as much as I can. But I feel like I'm just a speck in the universe now because there's so many of us. You know, and they'll say, hey, let's do a contest, and I'll work really hard on something for their contest, and I'll be like, that's perfect, that's beautiful. I may not have a big city, I may not have a whole bunch of sets lined up, but I make a scene with what I have and it comes out pretty dang good, and I don't win. Now that's fine. I mean, I want everybody to win, but I'm like, I feel like you get to a point where you start working so hard to try to win the prize or whatever, and then you don't win, and you're like, well, in my mind, it's like, okay, well, maybe next time. So I keep doing it. But now I'm like, another one comes up, hey, show us this. And I'm like, do I really want to get all that stuff down, set it up, take a picture, try to, put something together and then not win? I'm like, I have to think about it. Like, what's the price? Okay, I would like to have that. Let me try. Or I'll be like, yeah, I have those sets. They're like, well, you could trade them for equal value. Yeah, but there's a chance I might not get it. So I'm not going to mess with it. But I'm trying not to get discouraged, and I won't get discouraged because I aim to help this company as much as I can. Lucas knows that, and everybody else I've talked to over there knows that. Love the company. Now, I wouldn't be a sellout for them. Like if they ever told me, hey, we need you to say nothing but nice things about it, I'd be like, nope, cut the cord. Sorry. And then I would just do whatever. But yeah, I believe in the company. I believe in their customer service. I believe in their product. Um, I mean, for God's sakes, they started by making lighting kits and then decided, hey, what if we made our own sets with lighting? And then they're making their own designs. They're not taking other people's designs. They're just taking other people's opinions on their designs. And I think that's great. So if you can't tell, I'm stalling because I got to get a big, heavy set off of this shelf. It's actually 2 Lumerbrick sets or 2 fun hole sets on one big Mills plate. So all right, here it comes. Come on, big boy. All right, here we have the Factory House of Music and the Underground Dance Battle on one Mills plate. There's a lot of little things in here. And you can see I've got the batteries are a little weak on this one, so this doesn't light up that much, but I've got them both on this one Mills plate so that, because when you see this, the history or the story behind the Underground Dance Battle, it says, in the back lot of an old factory, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, oh, so that means it must be part of the House of Music. So now in the city, I will have this with this next to it. And it takes up about at least 2 base plates. I think 2 base plates. Let me see. I don't know if it's 2 or if it's just... All right. Yeah. It takes up maybe a couple of studs more than 2 base plates. But I made the Mills plate myself. And I really like the way it came out. You always want to do that to me. And I even made the Mills plate so that the front can still open up and you can still see inside. Brickbotics, welcome. Oh, a club in Baltimore? Is it kind of like the same kind of architecture? I originally saw a YouTube video. God, I can't remember his name. Is it something about a man's life? A man's life something. His name is Ali. And I saw him do something similar to what I did here. and he did it with these two sets, but he had the other set on this side, and he had it out a little bit so that you can still open up the factory house of music. But I didn't want it to be so uh, far away from the building, you know. So I pretty much just made like this little plaza area for these figures to be on, and then I just built little mills around that and filled everything in. But I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, Art of Man's Life. That's the one. Love watching him. He was just showing how to put the newsstand with the balcony theater. Balcony theater? Yeah. So I'm like, dang it. No, the book cafe. So I'm like, dang it, now I'm going to have to stinking do that too. And it's great because you get all kinds of ideas from different creators, and I love that. And this set originally comes with a DJ booth that separates from the dance battle. And this DJ booth has its own power supply so you can move it around. But what I did was I just linked them together with some extra connectors that I had. So now both pieces run off with a one little battery pack. So I thought that was cool. All right, I don't know if there's much else I can dust on this bad boy. Love the look of this thing. When I saw this, I was like, I know I just bought a bunch of sets, I told my wife, but I gotta get that freaking dance club. Oh, okay, yeah, the boxing club was on his channel. Probably shouldn't put it that close. Actually, you know what I think I'm going to do? I think I'm going to wipe that shelf and just put it back because it's too big to keep on the table. I might as well wipe that top shelf while I'm at it. There's only one other thing up there. And it's my buddy that I talk to sometimes while I'm building. Wilson! I'm sorry, Wilson. I'm a lost toy. Oh, wait, that's a different movie. All right. So I've wiped off the top and I've wiped off the shelf that the club was on. So let me put the club back because it's so big. But it looks better. All the dust that was on the plaza is gone. Everything looks ship-shape again. Now let's pray nothing happens during this stream that's not supposed to, but if it does, it makes for great content, right? Alright, going back up on the shelf. Alright. Now we just need the little flea market. And we'll throw Stewie and the Moon Man back on top. And their temporary spots. Wilson, you can go back up there too. And the Moon Man. All right. So coming up next, we have the Blue Hour gas station. Oh, nice. All right. And this is my daughter's car, and she always makes it a point to tell me this is her car. And it's just parked in the gas station. Looks a lot like the EV car we just got, but an upgraded like design. Still cool. Give it a nice how's your father. This is come here, you. All right, put that back on. Put that back on there. Yeah, it was not from. Yeah, it is from last year. I don't know why I'm second guessing myself. I've only been doing this a year. So yeah, this one was from last year. Really cool set. Part of the road trip series. Really nicely detailed. Sign and the cactus over here is a little flimsy, but other than that, I really do like it. It looks really neat when it's all lit up. Motorcycle. I did improve on the jack that they have in there. It had a little design and it's supposed to be a car jack. Well, I made it look more like a car jack by adding some pieces to it, but I can't really get it out to show you. But yeah, really nice set, this one. It's funny because, I mean, every time the new set comes out, I'm like, oh, I want that one. Oh, I want that one. And I'll tell my wife, oh, you know, Lumerbricks announced the new set. She goes, let me guess, you want it? And I'm like, well, yeah, of course I do. But that's not the point. All right, I think this one's good. Just want to get behind the gas pumps. The designs in these sets are just absolutely stellar. All right. So coming up next is the OG, the original set. And that would be the Fun Hole Chili Dog Trailer. And this one is the one that started it all on this channel. And you can see by this is when I bought all those 2x2 tiles. This is all the stuff I was doing with it. This and then the parking lot and the Factory House of Music and all that. Recently, I reverted it back to what do you call it? USB, so that I could enter a contest, but of course we know that I didn't win. but I haven't put the battery pack back on it. I probably won't because it lives on the shelf anyway. But yeah, this is the bad boy that started the whole journey. Yeah, I was thinking about that. Like when I go, the thing is that Lego stores here, they don't let you film inside, which is really bunk. But there was a video I did when I was looking for the Series 27 minifigures, and that one had me going to different Targets and different WalMarts looking for them and stuff. And then when I saw them doing a bunch of clearances, I said, "Oh, I should do a video showing all these clearances. These are some great deals." I get home and like 18 creators had already done that. I was like, "Oh, okay, well, maybe next time." I mean, now that wouldn't sway me. I would still do it, but I've gone into Walmarts and tried to film, and it hasn't really come out all that great every time. But I'll still do it. I'm down. Even when I went to get the Enterprise, they were like, "Make sure you don't film inside. Don't film any children." I'm like, "Do I look like Jeffrey Epstein? I'm not trying to film any children." So I went in and I just kind of got a quick view of the stand and then that, and like I want to go in like some of these creators do and say, okay, here's what's new this month, this one, that one. But unless I get in good with the managers, I don't think that's going to happen. They say you need permission from Lego, the company, and I mentioned that to Kevin Chapman from Block Party, and he said you don't need to talk to Lego. The manager just needs to let you do it. And I was like, and I've only got 2 Lego stores in town, so. All right, coming up next is a set that I found at Barnes and Noble. At the time, I didn't know, but it's a retired set, and it's the Lego ice cream store with tons of damn loose pieces that just fly everywhere. But I went ahead and I Mills plated that also, tiled it off, and then I tried my hand at mocking up the walls in the back. So I added a door over here because the door originally was right here and it's just open backed with a door frame. I'm like, why would you put the door frame in? Just put a pole if it's going to be open back. But luckily they did have a door frame, so I was able to use my Dollar Tree Make It Block bricks and build with some extra parts I had to make windows, and I made it back to the building, so now it's modular or closed off. I guess modular means it comes off. Well, it does come off if you take the roof off. So, I mean, that counts, I guess. Yeah, I freak out when I see, because, you know what? Come to think of it, we have 3 Lego stores in town. Well, no, because it's not going to be considered a Lego store. We do have in our mall downtown, we have a Legoland and Discovery Center. I haven't been yet, strangely enough. It's just that we don't have the money to go because it's going other places. We haven't had the money to go, so we haven't gone. I want to take my daughter and my sons. But I guess that would be considered a store to buy Lego because I'm sure they have sets there. I've never been to one, but I'm sure they do. Here you can see some of the stuff I mocked up. Originally, this set only had these 2 flowers up here, and I put flowers all around it, and I put a little trash can from a little Dollar Tree set. So yeah. But I feel bad for like MC from Lego Therapy, Lego Therapy 21 on YouTube. Go check him out. He says that he's only got 1 Lego store and it's 4 hours away, I think he said. I'm like, dang, that stinks. So he's kind of stuck doing mostly what I do, going to Target and Walmart. But Target and Walmart here, their selection is pretty bad as well. I don't know what's up with that. All right, I guess I'll do what I did before and wipe off the shelf as I go. So I'm not putting these big buildings on the desk. All right. put everybody back. Because we've got 2 good sized sets coming up. Not as big as the Factory House of Music, but big nonetheless. 2 more of my favorite sets. Whoa. Alright. First one we're going to get comes with this little car here. All right, and this is the haunted house. It's hard to remember which ones are Fun Hole and which ones are Loomer Bricks. I think this was still Fun Hole. I might be wrong. I remember, well, no, I think it's Loomer Bricks. The first Loomer Brick set that I ever got was because I won a contest. They sent me the medieval troop carriage. And I thought that was pretty cool. And then I wanted to get the bamboo house because it's the first Loomer Bricks branded set, but I wasn't able to get it. And since then, I've just purchased everything else that's cool that comes after it because I really don't have an area for, like I said, residential and houses. So I want stuff that's going to go more in a city. Now this is missing the top. The top is actually right here. And it goes here. But the shelf is too short and I can't move it up anymore. So that's where that has to live. But I was really happy because when I first got into this, and like I said, I started seeing other people commenting that they were getting this and that. People were doing the Fun Hole Turtle Reef Dream, and they were saying, "Oh, I'm so excited." They asked me to help with the design of this set, and they put my name in the board. And not only that. Not only that, they sent me a set. This is so unexpected. And I thought, oh, cool. So if they ask you to help with the design of a set, they put your name in the book and then they send you the set. That's awesome. So lo and behold, I get an email at like 1 in the morning because, you know, China time is different than our time here in the U.S. And they're like, hey, do you have a few minutes to talk about your Lord and Savior Jesus Christ? No. They said, do you have a few minutes to talk about a set? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So they messaged me and they said, we're making a haunted house set. And a lot of people think it looks too similar to another brand's house. Have you seen this house? And they sent me a picture. I said, yes. They said, what do you think of our design? And I said, what I thought about the design. And they said, what do you think about the color? And I told them about the color, what I thought. And they're like, okay, well, what do you think about this? And I told them what I thought. And I thought, this is so awesome. I'm helping to design a set. Plus, I'm going to get my name in the book. And I'm going to get a set. This is freaking awesome. Well, lo and behold, this thing gets released. And I'm waiting. And I'm excited. And I'm like, nothing's happening. So I contacted them and I said, hey, nobody said this was going to happen, but I noticed this and yada yada. Do you guys still do that? Are you going to send a set out, you know, as a thank you for helping with the design? And they're like, oh, we don't do that. And I was like, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, we don't do that. If we were going to do that, we would have told you that. Hey, Mark, we would have told you that when we were asking you the questions, which is fair. And I'm not gonna lie, I was very disappointed, but I understand. They never said they were gonna send me a set. They never said it was gonna be part of the deal. I just was going based on what I had seen. So my own fault for assuming, and I hold nothing against them for it. But I was sad because I ended up buying this one, but I bought it with my KOC discount. But I was just like, man, I really was hoping they'd send that to me. But either way, I got it and I'm happy. But now I know not to expect that. So, but it really would have been cool to see my name in the instruction booklet. You know, special thanks to, because that's what they did on. I want to say it was La Brisa and on the Turtle set, both of them. And then all of a sudden they're not doing it anymore. But hey, things change. All right, another one of my favorite modulars right here. Loved building this one. And this is the eyelet bar. And it's designed by Oso Jang and sold by Mold King. A lot of black on this one. But yeah, I first saw Kurt Kim Brick builds. I saw Curtis build and review this, and I thought that thing looks amazing, especially all these one buys. These things were just crazy to put together. Talk about needing patience, for sure. But yeah, it's really cool. It's really detailed inside. All of these that I'm showing you guys, I do have videos on my channel showing the speed build and the review of these. So if you haven't checked them out already, go check them out. But yeah, this one's pretty easy to dust, but really, really nice. And unfortunately, it did come with a light kit. And I say unfortunately because they didn't have instructions for the light kit. So I'm sitting there wondering, when am I going to start building, inserting the lights? And I come to find out by looking online that you have to you have to look up the instructions online, and on top of that, you have to put them in while you're building. And I'm like, well, I didn't know that. And I already had half of the bottom floor built. I'm like, I am not taking this thing apart to install this light kit that is not like Loomer Bricks. It was just a bunch of light strands and stuff. And I'm sure you guys have seen it, like with the bar weir sets, and I think Fantasy now is putting out sets that are similar. But Fantasies would have been even a more clean installation than what they had for this. I still have the light kit still in its bag, and I might be able to utilize it somewhere. I just haven't tried because I'm just too busy going forward. But yeah, after I saw that, I was kind of sad. So I don't think I did it with this one. No, I did it with the Red Rocket. Because you get to the top and there's like an opening in here, and you're like, why did we build this little square in here? I don't get it. Well, it turns out that square is where the battery box would go, and I'm like, oh, dang it. But see, this thing is modular. But if you were to put the lights in it, they connect from floor to floor, so you couldn't really take things off. There were no connecting points like Loomer Bricks has. So I was like, I'm not even gonna mess with it. If I get another set like this, I will probably try to do it so that way I can have the full experience. But yeah, this one, as cool as it is, I kind of missed out on the light kit for this one. And the design is gorgeous. The eyelet bar. I don't think... We're almost done with this shelf, guys. This shelf has got big stuff on it, so it's not that hard to clean off. All right. get all that. All right, and now the haunted house. That's what happened the first time. I forgot about that top part. I left it on when I was putting it back, so that goes back in the yard. And they're like, it's better than yours. They're like, all right. Next one I gotta dust is just a case, because everything in here should be dust free. And that is my food truck park. Very nice, very nice. Looking good, Mike. All right, let me get this dusted off. A little bit of that glass cleaner. I bought puck lights for all of these sets, or for all of these shelves when I first got the shelves. And I've gotten so many shelves that I need to buy more puck lights, but I've kind of got my eye on the ones that you're seeing on TikTok that are those flat rechargeable lights. I think those would do better, but I just got to have the money to spend on lights. Because I really like the shelves to be illuminated. And this case, I bought this case for like $42 on Amazon, I think. And when I got it, it was so that I could put the Christmas Story house in it. And then it turned out that it was, the Christmas Story house was not going to fit. It was too tall. So I was like, well, whatever. And then I found a good case for it at Hobby Lobby. And I said, all right, well, let me return it to Amazon. So I contacted Amazon and I said, hey, I'm not going to need this case after all. What do I do to return it so I can get my money back? It's not going to work for me. And I hadn't even opened it yet. And Amazon said, no need to return it. We've already processed your refund and you should be getting it in a few days. I was like, what? So I'm like, now I have this extra case. And I think this extra case was for like purses or shoes or something. It's got little magnetic things here. Like, it's not totally dust free, but everything in there is not getting dust on it because it's completely covered. And it's just this clear plastic. So I went ahead and bought the Hobby Lobby case for the house. And I told my wife I only had like 1 or 2 food trucks. And I said, what if I make this into a food truck park? She's like, yeah. So I had a couple of food trucks and the chili dog trailer in here. And I had some lights strung up in there to make it look like a little fairground area. Well, then I started collecting all the other Lego food trucks. And I'm like, what do I do now? So now I've got the pizza truck, donut truck, burger truck, the new fry truck, the slushy truck, the gift with purchase hot dog truck, the ice cream truck, and in the corner I have the Brick Loot sushi cart. Now, if I end up getting the veggie truck, I don't even think it'll fit in there. Eventually, these are all going to come out and go into the city. But if I get the veggie truck, I don't know where I'm going to put it, because even taking out that sushi cart, there's nowhere to put it. So, and I do have one extra pizza van. 100% complete pizza van, no minifigures or side builds, but I've had it on Marketplace for the longest time for $20, but no one's bought it yet. And that's not a bad idea, Mark. I think I may end up doing that. My whole thing is I've also got little tables and minifigures in there, so I'm trying to make it like a scene. If I put a shelf in, it's going to be more for display, but I think I'm leaning more towards that because there's really not a lot of room anymore. Yeah, pizza to go. I was missing a few pieces. I had bought this uh, incomplete for like $15. Was missing a couple of pieces, like maybe 6 pieces. And then someone was selling one in a box. In the box, it was used, but it was in the box, and it had the instructions, and it had the side builds, which is the two minifigures, all the accessories, the little umbrella table, and the scooter, the delivery scooter. So I bought that, and then I went to Bricks and Minifigs, and I got the missing pieces in the correct colors that I needed to complete this one. And I said, well, let me put it on Marketplace. Somebody's got to want it for their city, and I'm sure somebody does, but no one has bid on it yet. So, if anything, I'll have 2 pizza vans in the city. And Mark, I did buy these shelves at Dollar Tree. I don't know if I'd be able to maybe put something on those and kind of utilize it. It looks like only one would fit in there, unless I put it in the middle with a little platform on it, and then I'll have a row on the bottom and a row on the top. But I got these to try to expand my shelves, and I did it over here with the Batmobiles and my what do you call it? Mattel Brickshop cars, because there's no more holes. It's not a Billy bookshelf or Billy bookcase, so there's no more extra holes to vary the height. So it's only as far as it can go. So I lowered it down, put a loose shelf floating on top of this. So now I have 2 shelves. The only thing you got to worry about is you've got the legs of the shelves in there. But just as an example to show you guys, you can see this part of the napkin is fairly clean. The bottom shelf down there, the only thing that was on that bottom shelf were those wire racks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wipe it, and I'm going to show you how dirty the bottom shelf gets. So you can remember I'm in a garage. So that bottom shelf is closest to the floor, and this is what the bottom shelf looks like. So several of the shelves that I have here have little tiny things on the bottom shelf. So those are going to be fun to dust for sure. Power drill time. All right, so now let me put the food truck park back. And then, dear Lord, it's time to start on the next shelf. All right, little guys, hang on. Here we go. So back to the story. I'm glad that Amazon gave me back the let me keep the case. That's pretty cool of them. Da, 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 da. Bricked out TV. Jack, what's up? Hey, it looks like Lego Therapy commented on one of my videos. All right. Next, we've got kind of a tricky situation because on top of the shelf we have another RV. Like I said, I have a lot of RVs, and we have the Griswold house, but the Griswold house really isn't dirty because I just put it back up there. That one and the Christmas Story house and the um, Home Alone house. So I guess let me dust off the RV. Oh shit, there went the Enterprise. We finally had a casualty, you guys. You got it on video. It wasn't the Enterprise, don't worry. But it was the crew of the Enterprise. Dun 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 dun. Captain's log, Stardate, what the hell just happened? I'm not gonna lie, you guys. Makes me kind of sad. Check it out. But that Enterprise, man, it sticks out so far from the shelf. Let's see if we can perform some surgeries. Maybe we'll figure out if we can remember how this goes. Where's this from? This looks like it came off of here. Fascinating. Yeah. Red alert. Inertial dampeners are down. Okay. Riker goes there. Who else has got a plate in front of them? I might be missing a piece, y'all. Do 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 do. May have to look for that later. I don't see it. It looks like it goes like that. I really don't remember this piece in. Well, we'll mess with those later. But now we got Cousin Eddie's RV, which is going to be easy to clean. But now I'm really wondering where I'm missing a piece from. Where did that blue piece come from? See, it looks like it would come off of one of these pieces. It's even the same color. But, I don't know. Interesting. I wonder if it's under the chair. Yeah, it's my OCD is going to go crazy if I don't find the piece that's missing. I don't see it though. Oh well. I'll have to look up the instructions later and try to figure out, because nobody here has any plate on their feet. But this also doesn't look. Let's see. There's definitely a plate missing. Goes right there. Hmm. Oh, Weki set. I really like that that one you built with the Xeno Warrior or whatever it was called. That was pretty cool. All right. I don't know what the hell. All right. Let's bring those little guys down. Boy. I'll wait on the big boys because they're flimsy. Xeno Striker, yeah. That's awesome. All right. You know, the other day I went to Bricks and Minifigs because I thought I had seen a cool display stand for minifigs for like $8.99, $7.99, and I only had so much money to work with because I also had to buy stuff for dinner and had my honeydews to do. So I went in there and I looked, and the minifigure stand was $10.99. So I'm like, nah, I can't spend that right now. Look at a little rides car. So I didn't buy it, and if I had bought it, that wouldn't have happened. I wouldn't have dropped those figures because they would have been able to sit further back under the Enterprise. And I had the Enterprise before; it was right behind me on the half shelf. So I was always worried about backing up into it with my chair. Luckily, that never happened. And now I've got it off to the side, and it's too wide to fit on the shelves, period. And I don't want to put it way at the top because I like looking at it. I like seeing it on camera. But, what do you call it? It just sticks out. And as I walk by, I'm always bumping it. And in this case here, I bumped it, but when I bumped it hard enough to knock the figures down that were under it. And that's why we had that fatality. Fatality. Optimus Prime. Bumblebee with no B in the middle. Gotta love AliExpress. And Soundwave. All right. Now the robots. Oh, Jesus. Come on, you big lug. And he is heavy. I can finally use this opportunity to put his finger back on because his finger fell off. They were not very good bricks. All right. This one was fun to put together. And it only cost me like, I forget, $30? Love me some alt bricks, tell you what. Boy, I'll tell you what. I love me some alternative bricks. Some people might even call them alternate bricks. Oh, cool. I want to get the Area X SpongeBob ones. I really like the Krusty Krab. This one is super flimsy right here. Like, you can't transform this one without it falling apart. And it's not designed very well anyway. Even the original design is not very good. I think I'm going to put his tile back in. Whoa, see, he already wants to fall. Oh, sir. You are not allowed. He's got very, very weak arm joints. Just horrible. You want to fall, don't you? Here, lean up against Optimus. Whoa, that's not what I meant. Play nice, boys. All right, now the first AliExpress transformer that I got. Soundwave attack. He's got a weak little arm as well. There's a lot of noise outside my house right now. All right, let me go wipe this shelf so I can get these robots back up there. Here's my original 1980s Soundwave toy. Oh, you scared the shit out of me. I'll tell you what it was, guys. Mama Bricks is home early. She just walked in and scared me.
Boo, bitch.
Say hi to everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Should I say it? I thought too, I'm like, why does that sound like it's right outside? What brings you home so early, love?
PTO, my dude.
Nice, nice.
And it's Friday.
It is Friday.
My feet hurt.
Your feet hurt? I've gotten this far.
Thus far?
Thus far.
Like the whole show?
I've gotten all of this up to this shelf. and we had a bit of a casualty. I bumped this and killed the crew of the Enterprise.
Yeah, no, they're already extinct.
What? Extinct?
Yeah. They stink.
Oh, the jokes have started, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right. Optimus. He's so heavy. Bow your head, Optimus. There you go. Yeah. I'm going to have to look at the instructions for that because I don't see where I could be missing a piece, but I'm missing a piece and I didn't see it anywhere.
R.I.P. to peace.
Yeah. All right to the piece. Ooh. So what you doing?
You're gonna take off my shoes?
Take off your shoes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go change.
Okie dokums. All right. Durburger is just kind of sitting up here. Aluma bricks or fun hole set. Baby rides car. Optimus's Energon axe. I should have put that behind him. Oh. And my son's fun hole adventure cruiser. All right. We've already dusted this guy. This one is brand new. We built this on the live stream to celebrate a year on YouTube. I was going to dust the Enterprise minifigures, but they really got dusted. Little gift with purchase dusting right here. Now, the big boy. My sign. All right. Love this set, you guys. It's not very dusty, strangely enough. But like I said, everything that's higher up doesn't seem to gather that much dust. It's mostly everything that's on the bottom levels, I guess, where you walk in a garage and you kind of kick up dust. And I've swept in here a lot. But of course, dust is going to be inevitable. That was pretty easy. This one didn't have that much dust on it, thank goodness. Alright. This one is going to go here just for now. Birthday cake. Shuttle pod and name plaque. And I don't know, still need to figure out what happened with these guys, but I'll figure that out later. Still don't see a piece anywhere, but I'm sure it's going to be here somewhere. Alright, so this one's going to be interesting to dust. And that's the Fun Hole Turtle Reef Dream. This is the easy part. Dusting the turtle is the easy part. It's this part that's going to be kind of hard to dust. Beautiful set though, don't you think? Okay, everything's staying pretty much together. It's this coral I'm worried about. Ah, minifigure. Oh, that was easier than I thought it was going to be. Then again, I can't really see the dust on here, so. That's really bothering me. I already dusted the supercar. All right. Oh my. Next up, we have the AliExpress Big Bang Theory set. This is one of the very first sets that I ordered from AliExpress just to try it out and see how it was ordering from them. And it cost me, the real Lego set costs $450 now. And this thing cost me $23. Need more paper towels. I'll be right back. Ooh, look at all that dust. We have a couple more display cases from Hobby Lobby. And they contain my Griswold family truckster. I think that was Brick Loot that I got that from. And my Mold King Ghost car. BBT, let's go back. This thing. Which one do you have, Mark? I wonder. I just built these guys, so I don't really think they have too much dust on them. All right, 4 likes. Fascinating. Oh, we got a sticker coming off already. I knew these weren't going to stick very well. All right. Man, these stickers are really not going to do well. That's sad. But I mean, it's expected. You want to come have a seat?
No, man, I leave.
Where you going?
To the store.
What store?
Yes.
Hey.
I'm going shopping.
You going shopping?
No.
But don't go too crazy. Yeah, I only got this 2 shelves left, and then I'll shut it down. I can't finish this whole thing. Oh, I forgot Sandy is not.
You want to hear a dirty joke?
Oh no. Welcome to Dirty Jokes with Mama Bricks, everybody.
Dirty joke time.
What have you got, SpongeBobby boy?
No, but seriously, it's a dirty joke.
What is it?
If you eat coochie on a wheelchair, is that considered Meals on Wheels? Thank you, I know, thank you.
YouTube, I didn't say it. I did not say if you eat coochie in a wheelchair, does that make it Meals on Wheels? I did not say that. I did not say that. You can't prove that I said that. Mark says Mama Bricks for the win.
It's snatch to go.
Oh my God. Talk about a snatch and grab. Hey Mark, is that the orange dragon that goes with the first set? I saw somebody announce that, and I was like, I wonder if Mark's gonna get it because that looks insane. That first one was really nice. Not like the POS jellyfish. I don't even know if I'm gonna dust that. The dust might be the only thing keeping it together.
Yeah, don't touch the fish. You can get jelly everywhere.
Oh gosh, she's on one today, guys. Is there really a hair hanging off the other shirt?
Are they really even dusty? They don't look dusty.
I know, right? The stuff that's up on the top is not as dusty as other stuff. But they're dusty enough. Oops. It's Mama Bricks, home from the Crusades. And she lost her arms in battle. But she's got really nice boobs.
No thanks.
Watch it, the whole world can see them.
Well, whatever.
Welcome to TV, how can I help you? Alrighty.
I can't see what he said on the bottom of my glasses.
You should get him to do the whole house as he's on a dusting roll. Hey, Mark, whose side are you on?
You know what? As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna go shopping by myself.
No. Wait a minute, Mark. Don't you have some cat hair to clean up? How rude.
It's not rude. He's stating factuals.
Well, Sandy almost lost her head. And we would have had a casualty number 2. All right. Let's see. Oh, I forgot this guy.
Not the car.
Yeah, he's just there for the meantime. I want to see. Okay. 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 Okay.
Okay.
So then where the hell did this come from? Because this was on the floor with that stuff, and this looks like a piece off of the RV. I was grabbing the RV when I bumped the Enterprise and knocked down the figures. So I'm trying to fix the stand back to how it was. Riker came off of the stand.
Ugh, these stupid things. Did you tell him about these dumb things?
Yeah, they know about those.
Oh my god.
But how? Oh. Oh. I just fixed it.
Is that right?
Look at that. But then this still baffles me because it's not missing off the RV, but it looks like one of the side pieces of the RV.
Can't help you, Brad.
But now I gotta figure out damn order. Who was the first character? I think it was Dr. Crusher.
Can't you just look at the picture on the box?
No, because it doesn't show them on the stand in the box.
What about in the manuals? Right there, you have the steps.
Yeah, but I gotta download it.
You can't just go back down and look at it.
You're not wrong, Mark, and they look great with the Western sets because you can pretend that they're tumbleweeds. I know Ensign Rowe was the last one, and I want to say Wesley was next to her. his dumbass. And his little deal. Okay, let's go back up. There's the lineup. So Jordy was the first one. Okay, so Jordy, Worf, pusieron los negros juntos, los negritos. Okay. Troy, Spot, Captain Pickard. I feel like he's holding Riker's hand. Riker's trombone was next to him. Okay. Guinan was next. And then Dr. Crusher. Yeah. So this isn't part of it. Interesting. Wesley can stay on the floor. Shut up, Wesley. Now they can get a proper dusting. What do you want from Ross?
A top for tomorrow.
Oh. And we have restored the Enterprise crew, ladies and gentlemen, after the hull breach that we had earlier. And unfortunately, they got to go back up on the dangerous ledge because that's the only place we have to put them. Well, we successfully managed to dust 3 entire shelves. Only 7 to go. But I'm going to go. My wife got off of work early, so we're going to go see what kind of shenanigans we can get into, and we shall shenan now and shenan again. So everybody take care. We'll catch you on the flip-flop. Dust your sets. Be good. Be nice to people. And just take life break by break. Bye. You can shut it off for me if you like. There's an X, I think, on this one.
Mm.
I gave myself a like, so now I have 5. But yeah, everything came down. Everything got dusted. They even shine a little more.